Hello everybody, this is a Lamley showcase visiting the next mix of Boulevard. I'm opening these up. This is full car show. This is not showcase then car show like I've been doing lately. This is a car show. In fact, I already did the first part of this. If you remember a while ago, I was on top of a mountain, totally out of breath because of the thin air, but I showcased these. But if you remember correctly, I just showed these with a nice background. The reason was they were FEPs, couldn't open them. But I had the turntable shut, so I did that. But I have the new set. This one I can open. I want to open it for my collection anyway, and I thought, why not do a car show, which I didn't do in the last one, because this is a great set. And, you know, Boulevard has really been killing it the last couple years, and this particular set, you know, I did a pretty quick recap of this set last time, and then you think about it, these models are really, really nice. So I have some cars to the side right over here. We're gonna do a full car show. I got the car show mat going. Let's get right to it. We'll start from the back and move to the front, right? No, let's just start from the front and move to the back because there's some really cool cars to show. So we will start with this one. I have talked a lot about this one. In fact, there's even an event February 28th with this model. This is the race service super collector RevSect Rod Chong Porsche 935, based on a real car tuned by Bisimoto. The car actually exists, and there is actually a release party, and I'll leave a link for this. A release party in downtown LA on February 28th. It was going to happen in January. The fires, for good reason, postponed that. I will be there, and it's going to be a cool launch party because not only will the real car be here and the Hot Wheels be there, but Rod will be there and a bunch of other people. Busy will be there and a bunch of other cool cars. Nonetheless, there's a link to that. So anyway, very, very cool car. We've done enough, and I'll leave a link in the comments. We had the interview with Rod where he talked about the development of this car and of the Hot Wheels. But let's go ahead and open it up and do the car show right now, because that's what we're here to do. Nice. Oh, I was going to open from the bottom. Let's continue to try and do that, even though that one is. I said FEPs. If you don't know what those are, it means Hot Wheels sent them over so I could showcase them, but they have the little interior code on them, the little in-house code, and so I didn't want to open those up. So we'll put that. Let's just get rid of that. Here is the model. We'll go ahead and put it on the turntable once again. Very unique design done by Rod with Christina. And like they developed this deco together. This had a whole different racing livery. And Rod talked about that when we shared some pictures. And then they changed it for this collaboration between Hot Wheels and Super Collector, which is Rod's kind of clothing brand and apparel brand. And it's super unique and not something you see on a Porsche. And what's cool now as we create this car show, and let's maybe here, we'll put this one over in this little section right here, is that, you know, it starts really coming together when you start putting the cars together. So I'm going all premium for this show. There was the basic. It debuted as this casting debuted as a Magnus Walker casting, and then it was a Zamac, and then we've seen it as wasn't that like not a GameStop, but a Best Buy exclusive and everything, but we're just gonna go premium. So we have Rod's car in this car show, the 935X. We have to add two other premiums to this one. So we have this one, the Brumos deco, which is fantastic. It's cool to see that these both have mismatched wheels on them. So this one gets Brumos, which is a nice license for Hot Wheels to have. And I think this one is this was from that strangely shelf warming diorama set. I have thoughts about that. I'm going to share that because I have a diorama set video coming up, a very extensive one about diorama sets and what my thoughts are about them. That's coming soon. But I think the cars were all awesome. I think the fact that diorama sets really have to bring it for people to buy them. And anyway, thoughts on that. But it's a very, very nice car on its own and looks very nice together with this one. And then there's this other one. It is premium, so we have to definitely show it. And it's one of these forgotten, the 2021 and 2022 Toy Fair models. This is the Porsche 935. They've been a bit forgotten only because pandemic. If you don't know about the Toy Fair, let me just pop this off. Toy Fair models are not available at retail. They're actually done in-house for representatives of like stores and others. This toy fair, and it's not toy fairs that like what just happened in Germany. Hot Wheels creates these, Mattel creates these as giveaways or gifts for attendees to their actual toy fair that they do in El Segundo at the Design Center, where people can see what's coming up for Barbie, Hot Wheels, Matchbox, all the Mattel brands. It's funny, I only know that. I know there's a lot of other Mattel brands, He-Man or Masters of the Universe, whatever. And these are given away, so they're upcoming, and they take various forms. They tend to make their way to places like eBay and things. And this one was a gift from Mattel. And so you can buy them. Some of them go very expensive, like the gold Porsche. This one is, you know, I think in the $300, $400 range. But yeah, these, because of the pandemic, they only did virtual toy fairs. And so there's not very many of these out there. I don't know exactly what happened to the ones they produced, but this one is very cool. I'm going to keep it on the little base here, but this can be part of the car show as well. All right, that's a very nice section of the car show, the Porsches. Let's move on to, I don't have these in numerical order. Actually, I think we can go in numerical order, can't we? Yeah, we actually can. So that was 116, so let's go to 117 right here. This is the Lancia Delta Integrale, and not only am I mean, this might be, you know, I really like Rod's car, really excited about that one. This is why I wanted to revisit the set, is because I can't choose the one I like best between a white BMW, which, come on, 90s era BMW, street version of the Lancia Delta Integrale. But let's talk about that. So let's open this one up, try and open these up a little quicker. That was pretty clean. I just love this one. Obviously, this is a model that debuted in Basic. It's been in Basic a few times. It was a Kroger exclusive, but again, we're only going premium today. So it's only been premium one other time for another diorama set. But this one, let's just focus on this one as a street version. The Delta Integrale is one of the coolest looking cars. I have a friend who has one here in Salt Lake City. It just looks good at every angle, from straight silhouette, front, back angle, whatever, 3/4 angle. It is a beautiful, beautiful car. Obviously, it's got a racing legacy, but I think the street versions are pretty phenomenal. And getting this street version for Boulevard is really cool. So I'm going to put this one in our little toy show. I'll put it right over. Well, yeah, I know I'm going to keep it right here, because the reason I am is because not only we can just go history of the casting in premium. The only other time it was in this this version, in a diorama set, kind of a rally diorama set, tribute deco, right, to Martini here. And it looks fantastic in the white, with the white rims, everything else. It's a really, really nice version, and it's nice to have the two of them together. And you could see, you know, if you were at a car show and you get this street version of the Delta Integrale and this racing version of the Delta Integrale, you're doing pretty good. But I thought, what else could I do? I could go Lancia. I decided not to do that. I could go, you know, what are a couple other things I could add to this car show? And I thought, you know, we'll go this way. I'll move this here. I'll move the racing version here. And I thought, like, what if the subject were street versions of rally cars? And it's not a big show, but it needs to be. The 037, we need a street version of that. I thought of two, and maybe you guys can think of others I thought out of premium. First one is the RS200 from Fast and Furious. Love that this one was done as a street version. Obviously, Fast and Furious is what brought it. I mean, it debuted in racing. We've seen it in racing liveries quite a bit, but this one in Fast and Furious in plain white is so cool, and I absolutely love it. And we do need. It seems like the RS200 and the Lancia 037 have been kind of hand in hand as they've come out of Hot Wheels, and so we do need a street version of that one. And the other one that I thought of came from NFT. And I thought about the Audi. Now, there's the Super Treasure Hunt and the regular version in red, but again, we're going only premium. And so this recent NFT version of the Audi Quattro, this is the 84 Sport Quattro. I thought this blue version with just the Audi logo on the side and the Quattro badging was a really, really nice one too. It's Spectraflame, but I think it fits nicely in this premium show, so I thought, why not put that there? This needs to be expanded quite a bit, starting with the other Lancia, but there's others that could go in here. We'll get to them. There's like other cars that could, but I don't think that they fit exactly. So there might be some that I'm not thinking of. So if there's models that exist that you think can contribute to this show, let me know in the comments. But I think that's a very nice section, and I really want to see the street versions of these cars expand. Let's go to 118. That is the BMW M5, the 91 BMW M5. Love, love, love this one. Now, there's one reason that you guys know me. I love white cars. Here, I'm going to straighten this camera out a little bit. You know, there's another one. I am a sucker for plain white cars. I just think they always look good, and they really do kind of play to that late 80s, early 90s time when I was growing up, and so like just plain white, that just kind of era. I think Duran. Anyway, just white cars are cool. Anyway, this BMW, this 91 BMW M5 is phenomenal. So let's open that up. I really need to work on my opening from the bottom techniques here. I'll get there. All right, put this on the turntable. It is phenomenal. I love the more modern rims on this. I love that it's plain white. The combination of the low profile rims, or low profile tires, the modern rims, plain white. This is a car I would love to have in my garage. I would love to have in my garage. Some people say the top is a little low on this. I really like this casting. Just a huge, huge fan of this casting. So history of this one, we're going to put this one over here. There's only one other time it's been released as a Fast and Furious as well. This is why I love Fast and Furious, because this is a great, great casting. So we have a very cool combination between plain white and plain black, or clean white, clean black, whatever you want to say. It's quite the duo of BMWs. Now we can see this one going in some sort of racing livery later, that's fine, but I absolutely love these two together. I could not be happier with this little duo here. I'm not going to move the camera too many, you're going to see the other cars, but I might as well. I thought, since we're already here, I could bring out the other two BMWs, not to be confused, the other two M5s that are street M5s with not a BMW M racing look on them. There are two, not to be confused with the 91. We also have the 2001 BMW M5. So there was the one that debuted in the diorama set. Don't have that one in this particular car show feature, but this is the Canyon Carvers version in red. That looks really good next to these three as just a street version of a very cool car. I mean, this is actually, putting these three together kind of gets exciting for me, because I don't know, I just like, these are cars. I think I probably have to think through like what cars I like the most, because like the era of cars, I get asked that, and it might be late 80s, early 90s for me, and it makes sense, because that's the time when I was growing up on cars, and I had a very, my opinions were forming at that time. So look at those three, how cool they are. And then of course, if you're not familiar, there's the convention version, which is fantastic as well, super clean in blue. This was from a couple years ago. LA a couple years ago, so I guess we're talking about a year and a half ago. Getting the 10 spokes, getting plain blue. You get the Hot Wheels badge on the side, just in the back, and then the details of the convention on the trunk, but that's okay. It is another super, super clean, super, super cool version of a BMW. That is an awesome set of M5s. I probably should have just brought out the racing, or like the M badge, or the M Deco M5 as well, because those are just great. And this is, yeah, see, I go back and forth which one's my favorite of the set. It's Lancia or this, and then and then I just have that special little section for. All right, I'll stop talking and I'll keep on showing. Let's talk Land Cruiser. The Land Cruiser portion of the show is going to be the smallest. As a matter of fact, let's do this. We're gonna move our street race cars here. And let's talk Toyota Land Cruiser. This is the FJ43. It's the extended FJ40 in yellow. Easy car show on this one, but let's get this one opened on the turntable. This really is a fantastic mix. Here, whoa! That was close, but here it is. That was super close. And this one goes down on the concrete with these angles. It's gonna get damaged, so good catch. Whew. All right, perfect color on this one. Love the yellow, white roof. Love the lift, love the wheels. Spare tire's a little small. Hopefully it doesn't get a flat, because that ain't gonna work. But this thing is phenomenal. Love the detailing on it. And yeah, black rims with the kind of mustard faded yellow. Looks so good with the white roof. That's a really good addition to our car show. Put that over here. And then the easy addition of, there's only one other one, is also Fast and Furious. Funny how Fast and Furious, let's see, where did Fast and Furious, it didn't start the Lancia, but we did pull out the RS200. It did start the BMW, and it did start this Land Cruiser. We don't have these without Fast and Furious. So once again, my argument, like, you don't have to like the movies and you don't have to like the repeats. I don't like the movies, and I could care less about the repeats, but you gotta be happy that they do Fast and Furious. I could go extended if we were, if we really wanted to do something. I could go a lot more extended Land Cruiser, and I'm going to, because if you know what's coming, the car show pertaining to this showcase, which will come out soon, it will go very Land Cruiser heavy. So we'll wait on that one. So you'll see these again for that particular one, plus some other ones. We'll definitely dive into the Land Cruisers. All right, last one, number 120 is the Alfa Romeo GTV6 3.0. I'm going to move the camera down just a tad. Casting that also debuted in basic. I thought about bringing it out because that basic debut looks like a premium with those wheels, but we're going to stay premium right now. This one gets this racing livery. And some of you guys mentioned that this is definitely based on, it's a tribute livery as well. Obviously Hot Wheels logo. Let's open it up, get on the turntable. There is not a dud in this set. Not a dud. Boulevard, sometimes, I mean, you'll get a Hot Wheels original, and sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not. But this set is just great. Okay, so here it is on the turntable. Looks so good in the racing livery. Brembo, obviously Alfa Romeo, the Clover. Hot Wheels gets its play on the hood. 4 spokes is an interesting choice, but I think right now for these classics, I would love to see them develop another classic rim for classic race cars, because that would look really, really good. But that is a phenomenal car. So the obvious choices here, I'll move the Land Cruisers over here. The obvious choices for this car show are the previous premium versions, and that just came last year. Was it last year in Car Culture? Yeah. And so we had this street version, another street version of the Alfa Romeo, and you can definitely add in red, and then you can definitely add the chase black on black with the black rims, which is a very well done chase as well. Here, I'm going to move that. Now we can do an even cooler car show. But I also thought, since this is an Alfa Romeo racing car, and we're going to organize this right, why not Alfa Romeo racing cars? Could be another theme. So, moving the camera down, we go with the Giulia Sprint to start. Again, we have that Fast and Furious version in orange. Didn't pull that one out. It doesn't have a racing livery on it. I'm going only with racing liveries. So it starts with this one from the Forza set several years ago. This is the debut of this casting. This one remains an absolute stunner of a model with the bumpers, bumper deletes. It's and it's a good companion to the Matchbox. The Matchbox from 2007 that Rio Asada designed has the bumpers as more of a street version, and this one gets the racing treatment, and it looks just so good. So there's that one. Then I think the next one was this version from Car Culture. Didn't get the headlights or the taillights, because this is when Car Culture was kind of a medium range premium. So it had metal chassis and real riders, but they didn't do the full 4-sided Tampo passes. So, but this one still looks good, at least from the side. It would have been so good with taillights and headlights, because the stripes wrapping around looks so good. Then this was one of the racing sets, I can't remember, with the lace wheels. I really like that kind of, what would you call this green? I don't know. Grass green, because it sure matches the grass here. But that one looks great too. But the racing Giulia Sprint to have, in my view, is this one this is from Door Slammers, I think. The number 23 with the yellow nose. 4 spokes again, which match the GTV6. But that one looks really, really nice too. I just love that yellow nose on that one. So there's those, but then we're not done. We have 3 others to add to this car show. And you know, we have to get those into this show as well. So there's also the 155 V6 Ti. I actually thought, like, you know, like you guys who are the racing aficionados, this is, you know, this goes back several decades. These go back not as much, right? But would you consider these the same era? I'd have to go back and look at the years, but these look great. So this is in the racing livery. This is the original from Boulevard. Is this the one from Boulevard? I believe it is. Yes, I think it is. This one debuted in Boulevard. We'll put it on the little path here. Then it went into Team Transport soon after that with the 5 spokes. That looks great. Alfa Romeo Team Transport set was phenomenal. This one was just, I just loved this one. The angles on this car are so cool. I know there's a mail-in version of it. I need to get that. And then right after that Team Transport, we saw it in a Martini Tribute in Spettacalori, right? Wasn't it the Italian themed set? So it looks great there. I would love a street version of this one too. I don't know if you can do a street version technically. I mean, you can, but with that one. But there you go. I thought this set was so good it did need a car show. And I mean, you look at the BMWs parked in the parking lot, this Alfa Romeo racing section of our show, street versions of rally cars. I thought that's pretty nice. You got your 2 Land Cruisers over there. It's a little underwhelming for sure. That's the only underwhelming portion of that. But it's going to we'll make up for that in the off-road set. And then these Porsches over here, we need to spread them out just a little bit. The Porsche 935s. Could have brought out the 934.5s for those as well too. But they look phenomenal. You guys tell me what you think. I think this Boulevard set is hitting, right? I think people are finding it in stores. If not now, you will see it very, very soon. It's phenomenal. As you know, a lot more to come, but I needed to give this set its proper due. Go get it. Thanks, everybody. Tell me what your faves are. Bye.